95% of decisions are subconscious. Meet Emma, who lived a life controlled by fear after a traumatic experience. She became paranoid and isolated, unable to connect with others. Her fear controlled her every move, dictating what she wore, where she went, and who she talked to. One day, she stumbled upon Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, which changed her perspective. She began to understand that her fears were not unique, but rather a part of a shared human experience. As she delved deeper into Jung's work, she discovered the concept of the shadow, which refers to the repressed thoughts, feelings, and desires that lie within our unconscious mind. This realization sparked a journey of self-discovery, as Emma began to confront her own shadow and the fears that had been holding her back. And the discovery I will share at the end of this is the one most psychologists never discuss publicly. The next pattern is the one that keeps the most intelligent people trapped. Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious suggests that our fears are connected to a universal reservoir of experiences. This collective unconscious contains the memories and experiences of our ancestors, which are passed down through generations. Jung believed that this collective unconscious is responsible for the similarities in myths, legends, and fairy tales across different cultures. For example, the fear of snakes is a common phobia that exists across many cultures, despite the fact that not everyone has had a negative experience with snakes. This suggests that our fears are not just personal, but also connected to a deeper, collective level. As Jung once said, the collective unconscious is a part of the psyche which can be directly experienced. Emma's journey of self-discovery led her to understand that her fears were not just personal, but also connected to this collective unconscious. What the research shows next will make you question every decision you have made this week. The shadow, a concept introduced by Jung, refers to the repressed thoughts, feelings, and desires that lie within our unconscious mind. These repressed emotions can manifest as fears, anxieties, and phobias, controlling our decisions and behaviors. For instance, a person who has a fear of public speaking may have a repressed desire for attention and admiration. This fear can hold them back from pursuing their goals and dreams, as they are unaware of the underlying motivation. The shadow can also manifest as a fear of failure, which can prevent individuals from taking risks and pursuing their passions. As Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The last insight on this list is the one most people cannot face about themselves. So, how can we apply this knowledge to transform our lives? The first step is to become aware of our fears and anxieties. We must acknowledge and accept them, rather than trying to suppress or deny them. This can be done through self-reflection, journaling, or talking to a therapist. Once we have acknowledged our fears, we can begin to work on releasing them. This can involve techniques such as meditation, visualization, or exposure therapy. As we release our fears, we can begin to tap into our collective unconscious, accessing the wisdom and knowledge that lies within. We can start to make decisions that are not controlled by fear, but rather guided by our values and desires. This is the key to unlocking our true potential and living a life that is authentic and fulfilling. In conclusion, the psychology of fear is a complex and multifaceted topic. By understanding the collective unconscious and the shadow, we can begin to release our fears and anxieties, and tap into our true potential. The discovery I shared at the beginning of this video is that our fears are not just personal, but also connected to a universal reservoir of experiences. This knowledge has the power to transform our lives, allowing us to make decisions that are guided by our values and desires, rather than controlled by fear. If you want to learn more about the psychology of fear and how to overcome it, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. As Jung once said, the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change their future by merely changing their attitude. If this video helped you understand yourself or someone around you better, subscribe. New psychology insights every single day.